Right. Welcome to the Awakened Woman Hangout. I am super thrilled to be here today. And what I want you to do is imagine a world where women's voices were heard. Imagine a world where women were seen. Imagine a world where women in developing countries had access to education and resources and birthing options. Well, being a new mom myself, can totally relate to having access to being able to birth a child. And we don't understand these things that we take for granted here and now in Canada. So, welcome. I am Melissa Mackey, if you've never met me before, and my little baby Patience is joining us today. Now, the reason why we're doing this call is because we really want to hear from real women. We want to hear real struggles. We want to hear real fears. We want to figure out what women need in life to thrive and really feel successful. And so I have the absolute privilege of hearing from some key women today. And what we're going to do is take 10 minutes per participant and ask them 7 questions. So let's begin. First question. Leslie, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Leslie Robinson. I teach teachers how to teach really well so that their learners are able to access a deeper place within themselves. And thereby we're part of the evolution of education.
Beautiful.
I live in Calgary. I am from the West Coast, but if we're talking, I'm also from other places, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, of course. You're from the universe. Yeah. So I have another really key question to ask, and I want to know from you, what is your greatest struggle in life or in business right now?
The biggest struggle for me as an educator, and really a transformational educator, wanting or working with transformational leaders, is just finding us so that we can grow together. And as I say, it's about evolving the educational system. Education was created to put workers into factories and soldiers onto battlefields, and it all happened out of the Industrial Revolution in Europe 250 years ago. And it's old. It worked then, but it doesn't work now. And so it is a return to the feminine, and it is a return to the organic, to the natural, to functioning from within the universal laws, and bringing that learning and training people to bring that learning forward to their learners and their children.
Yeah, I get that. And something that flashed out for me was returning to the feminine, which is what our conference in Bali is all about. It is about awakening the divine feminine within. And what that really means, because a lot of people can get really freaked out by the word divine, or they can get really freaked out by the word feminine. And so what this conference is really all about is helping women tap into what's really true. Like stop hiding, stop allowing your shadows to control your life. Beautiful. Number 3, what is one thing that you are afraid of?
I'm not.
Oh, interesting. I have never heard that before.
It's beautiful. Life. And, I have lived my life fearful of so many things, fearful of not having enough money, fearful that my kids would not be looked after if I wasn't around, fearful that I was so stressed out that I was, not being present for my children. I mean, there's so many things that that have run my life. Mm-hmm. But I realized that those are all external. Hello to the new person there. These are all external to me. This is not who I really am. It's not who any of us really are.
Yep.
So we really are these authentic beings of light and divineness or divinity.
Mm-hmm.
And we are not afraid.
Wow. That's amazing. I've never heard anybody reply with that. So good on you. Number 4, what would you like to experience more of in your life?
A peaceful joy that just emanates through everything. This knowingness that I truly am this light being here, having this human experience. And that, hello, and now dancing with babies and dancing with patients is what I want. Oh. That grounded, calm place, because the other stuff does come creeping in, you know, and it's like, no, push it out, increase vibrational frequency, push it out, so that the world is full of joy, and getting to do work just exactly like this, connecting with like-minded people, really making a difference, really, really making a significant difference in the world. One little group at a time, one mom with a baby on her lap at a time.
So, okay, I just want to repeat this. So what I'm hearing is that what you want to experience in life is that deeper, higher raising of vibration in everything that you do.
Yes. And the way that we do it is by connecting, by exactly doing what you're doing right now. So here we are, we're connecting, and we are talking about the things that genuinely matter to us.
Yeah.
And we're seeking solutions. And I just really applaud you for this initiative and making it happen when all the technology wasn't working and the baby was crying, and it's a slice of life right here.
Yeah.
You know, and yet we're still having the meaningful conversation.
Yeah. And that's just it. It's like, yeah, especially being a new mom, it's, for me, it's like, oh, I don't want to be in a group, because if my baby cries, then they're going to think this, then they're going to think that. And truthfully, it's like,
it doesn't matter what they think.
Exactly.
Because it is who we are, and what we hold vibrationally, what you're holding right now, what the rest of us on the Hangout are holding right now is, you know, we're all connecting in with each other. It's like there's this golden light that sort of goes around us all. And then we augment and we accelerate and we exponentially grow when we come together in something like this. And I can only imagine that's what's going to happen in Valley.
Oh yeah.
Certainly at your events.
Yep. Awesome. So for you, what does it mean to be an awakened woman?
Fully present, fully conscious.
Yep.
In every moment. And when I get slammed around or by the external, or when it comes in more insidiously from the inside, you know, so today I was fatigued. You know, I did a lot of vibrational work last night and had classes this morning, and it's like, okay, there was a fatigue, and it's like, oh, maybe I just need to rest. It's like, maybe you need to just kind of push through.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Presence is
presence, consciousness.
Yep. It's
mindfulness. A lot of people call it that. And the knowingness that we always have free will, that we always have a choice.
Yeah.
And so I have a choice as to whether I succumb to whatever those negative things are, or if I make a different choice.
Yeah.
So that I can smile at a baby, so that I can feel happy. Even as I've been speaking this, are you noticing how much light is coming into my house?
Yeah.
My windows that have been gray all day are actually getting all bright. Yeah. You know, and this is the work that we do.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It is. Yeah. Totally.
So that's what it is to be an awakened woman. And it's also okay to just be looked at. I realized that I was uncomfortable because more and more people just stare at me as I walk down the street or sit in a restaurant or something. But it's like, no, they're looking, you know, I always thought it was about the hair, but it's not about the hair. It's about something else.
Yeah.
They're seeing something in those moments of awakenedness. Yeah.
Yep, totally. And that's exactly it. It's like if you have a miserable person walking down the street and then you're walking and you're happy and you're with your dog and there's smiles on both your faces, it's like people, they kind of veer away because it's too much light for them.
But if we just walk quietly, then, and I did this happened the other day, and I'm walking down the street one way, and there's this old man with bandy legs and a cane and a backpack on, and he's pretty interesting character, and he's walking towards me, and the closer and closer he gets to me, and we're just about to cross over, he looks up at me he stops with this great big smile, and he says, "You are so beautiful. Thank you." And he kept going. And it's like, now there was an awakened man, that we see each other.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that acknowledgement is also really important, to receive the acknowledgement, but also then to share the acknowledgement.
Right. And I think that's what the world is moving into. We know there's more of a mainstream, to talk about meditation, to talk about this awakening happening around the world. And what we believe for this women's conference in Bali is that we are creating a container for women to really come and feel safe, to be present, to access like who they really are, and to really show up and support each other. And it's a conference unlike any other. And so based on what why do you think a conference of this caliber, designed specifically for women, is important right now?
We need to remember who we really are and what we have always done. And there are so many stories through women's history that would bring that to light. But sometimes it's in the sound of a chant, it's in waves crashing, it's just in the silence. When somebody is working through something, when we witness them, when they witness us, there is something very magical and necessary for women to come together.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing yourself today. And how can people get a hold of you? And I must say, for anybody, because we're going to be posting this on YouTube, for anybody that is a facilitator and you are looking to put your work into a framework that's easy and simple and you gain a ton of clarity, Leslie is your girl. So Leslie, how can people get a hold of you?
I can give you that. Do I have a moment to read a short poem?
Yeah.
Thank you. Imagine, when I heard your opening, I went, oh, I need to get my poem. Imagine a world where learning just happens, without pain, without hair pulling, without head banging frustration, without gut-wrenching terror of failing, without angst about missing deadlines. Just imagine a world where teachers know that learners already know everything, and that the job of the teacher is to find the keys, to find the triggers, to unblock that knowledge from within their very cellular structure. I'm Leslie Robinson, the 5-minute facilitator, the vibrational facilitator. You can find me at leslierobinson.ca. That's LESLIE Robinson.ca. Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm going to continue recording to interview the other 2 women. So feel free to stay on if you like, or you can cancel.
Nope, I want to stay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, Chantel. Hi, Leanne. Thank you for being here.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah. Chantel, are you ready?
I am.
Awesome. Okay, so question number 1 is, who are you and where are you from?
Well, my name is Chantel and I'm from Calgary. who am I? I'm a coach and mentor, and my husband and I actually have a mentorship company that we specialize in educating people how to get money out of the way, and how to create a microeconomy for themselves, so that once they have that, they can actually go and pursue their highest desire, their highest passion, or the highest self.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that by educating people on how to leverage network marketing ethically and morally, and efficiently.
Cool. Thank you for
You're
being Thank you for being seen and allowing your voice to be heard.
Thank you.
Number 2, what is your greatest struggle in life or in business?
I think sometimes in life and in business, it's kind of the same. They seem to mesh very commonly for me. I think being seen is kind of one of those big struggles, because, being in the industry that I'm in, there's a stigma associated to it, and a preconceived idea of what it is that I do. And so that's sort of my biggest business struggle is sort of helping people understand that I'm not going to chase them down and create this weird, awkward dynamic, that I'm actually, a normal, regular, inspired, impassioned businesswoman. I just have a different business model that I utilize. And that, I think, sometimes translates into my personal life too, right? Like the idea of, friends maybe judging me, or, having this idea that they know what I do, or feeling like they can't be around me because they're scared I'm going to try to get them into something. Or it's just, it's such a weird and wonderful industry to be in and try to change, because I believe in it so much that there's a lot of resistance, but I'm there to meet it. So.
Awesome. I can definitely see how that would be a struggle. So I think a key in that is it's really about the delivery.
Yes.
Like how are you presenting it to people, so it creates that space for them to be able to create for themselves and form these opinions and ideas themselves, but you want to lead them to where you want them to go. So it all starts with the delivery. If you're delivering it from a place of lack, I guess for a better term, it's
Yeah.
going to get you the result that you want.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that struggle that'll be watching this video too. Cool. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And let's see, question number 4. What would you like to experience more of in your life?
Well, besides sleep, I think more fun. I think it's really easy as entrepreneurs to get caught up in that laser focus and that in sort of impassioned vision. And we forget that the whole process of becoming is supposed to be fun. As you're constantly developing yourself and personally growing and developing your brand or whatever it is that you're doing in business, that process is supposed to be fun. And I think my husband and I lost sight of that a little bit. You get that sort of big vision and you go for it and you forget, whoops, you look back and go, hey, this is supposed to be fun. And we have a 16-year-old. So just, being, really being present for her and enjoying the time that we have left with her being in the home, and just having more fun and really showcasing the fun side of entrepreneurialism for her, so that she doesn't have this fear of it because, we're paving our own path. And so, yeah, it can get a little intense. So I definitely, fun for this summer. So that's our sort of focus, is to just create more fun and sort of weave that back into our lives a little bit more.
Oh, I think that's a key for sure. All right, number 6. Why do you think, based on what you know about the Awakened Women Conference, which is a gathering for women, why do you think it's important to host an event, or for anybody watching, why do you think it would be important for them to attend?
I think anytime women get together collectively, it's important to engage in that and to support that. I think that there's no greater power than a collective of women. You know, that sort of that goddess power, I think, is very important. You know, I believe very much that heartfelt, heart-centered entrepreneurialism is what's going to change the world. And so when you can bring a collective of women together, and whenever that becomes an opportunity for someone to experience, I think that you have to support that and get involved as much as possible, because there's power in that. And there's power in unity and not feeling alone. You know, knowing that you're in community, knowing that you're supported, knowing that we all face our own struggles and we're at a different part in our lives. And so you get to connect with women who may be a little bit further along the path in a certain area than you, and, you know, allow their sort of hindsight to be your foresight and really benefit from that. So I think that's an important thing to be a part of.
Yes. My baby is very vocal today.
That's okay. They're supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And number 7, how can people get in touch with you?
Well, people can get in touch with me through Facebook, so they can sort of look me up, Chantal Stott, on Facebook, and they can also use my email, which is just C and then Stott, STOTT @telus.net. I don't prescribe to like the typical email or the website thing, just because I like face-to-face interaction. That's just my preference for business. So it's a slower method of business sometimes, but I find it's more connected for me personally. So that's kind of how I like to connect with people.
I love it. You're bringing the real old way of interacting with people back into reality.
Yeah, it's face-to-face is nice. Plus, I really like coffee, so it gives me an excuse to have several a day.
Great. And I just want to commend you on showing up for this call, because I know you were a little bit nervous for it, and here you are. You did it. Easy.
I did it.
You're done.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you get off this call, make sure to give yourself a pat on the back.
I will.
Yeah, and just like with Leslie, you're more than welcome to stay on until we finish with Leanne, or you can just X off at the top left, and you're free to leave.
I will stick around for sure.
Okay, sweet.
Thank you.